Let's go. Streaming data free on the MTN network in South Africa.
This is Omni Sports.
T's and C's apply.
All right, the pretenders have been pushed aside. Now we know who means real business. This international break allows us to hand out some progress reports on our local football scene. Host of Inside SA Soccer and, of course, a legendary journalist, Jakes, joins us now. Jakes, let's start at the top. Pirates have won 7 of 7 in the league and won the MTN 8 this season already. So far, so good. But I guess the big question that we all asking as Mnyama Ngan, can they win the title?
Good morning. Yeah, I think they can. They look very good for it. They have what it takes to win it. I think the challenge will come much later in the season. Can they juggle both the Champions League and the domestic championship? If they can do that, they can win it. But yeah, that will be their main challenge.
And I guess with saying that, juggling that, if you were Pirates and you could sign maybe one player or solidify one area of the pitch at the back and the middle up front, for you, where would it be where you'd say, you know what, when those games come, I'd like to add one player here?
Look, I think given the youthfulness of the Pirates squad, I would look at where Erele Mofokeng plays on the wing. You want experience when you go into continental football. So if they have the money, I would say if you can get 2-3 players just to plug the gaps. You need a defender, you need maybe a midfielder, just so that you have backup, because continental football is hectic. You are going to be playing 3 matches a week. Domestically and traveling a lot. So it's definitely going to take its toll on these young players. And now Pirates will need some players who will come in there. They'll need to be able to do what Sundowns have done very well over the years, rotate the squad so that the kids get rest.
And as we've seen, continental football, it's not just about the difficult playing conditions. Sometimes you'll get left at an airport for 24 hours.
That's the thing. I mean, I'm still surprised that our clubs, with all this money that they have, don't do what your TP Mazembes and your Al Ahlis do, just charter flights.
Yes,
because
exactly.
To use, you go to Turkey to go play in Libya. That's the biggest challenge with African football, that there aren't direct flights to a lot of these countries where these clubs are going to go. So if you really want to do well, charter your flights, then you save your players all the hassle of the long travels.
Well, I mean, let's get into it, because you've opened a can of worms I didn't expect you to open there. Thank you. I hate nothing more in life than people who have resources and complain about how hard their life is. There is no reason Sundowns, Pirates and Chiefs can't charter flights, at least those ones, and maybe even Stellenbosch.
Yeah, listen, you are even talking about that. There's no reason they don't even own their stadiums. That's another thing. But yeah, I think they should. If you are going to honestly compete, because you look at it, you are playing in Egypt on a Saturday. On a Wednesday, you have to be playing here at home. Now, if you get your players to wait for your SAA, who probably then take you to, or they often use they go Dubai or what's the other place, Doha, because it's much cheaper. Sometimes they do that. But I've traveled with this team, but I remember traveling with Pirates to Sudan, and we were in an airport in Doha, just sleeping on those seats on the airport. Players, it's hectic. So a club that takes itself seriously should say, listen, we are going to spend whatever million. We charter a flight. We go directly, immediately after the match. We fly back home. The players have time to rest. Hopefully they don't go partying like they usually do and get into accidents, as we see. But they rest, knowing that on Wednesday there's another match, because Wednesday you play, then the next day you need to fly somewhere else. It's hectic. So yeah, if our clubs can do that, I promise you, a Pirates and Sundowns will be in the semi-final, final of Champions League just about every season.
0788777716. Should South African teams, especially those big three, be chartering flights? That's a great point being made by the host of Inside SA Soccer, Jakes here. You spoke about teams taking themselves seriously. Let's go to a team that isn't taking itself seriously, or any of its supporters. We're going to stay in Soweto. It's Kaizer Chiefs. 7 points in 5 games, and a coach who's learning that Kaizer Chiefs, the seat is hot from day one. It's not like any other club. Are Chiefs going to make top 8 this year? And is there any way Coach Nabi gets fired this season?
Oh, no, he'll not get fired. Kaizer Motaung does not fire coaches very quickly. So Nabi will stay. I think when you look at Nabi's history, he takes his time to settle in. At Yanga, for the first 6 months, he really struggled. But once he got going, he was just unstoppable, winning everything. I think Chiefs need to be a little patient with him. They need, he's spoken about it, they don't really have the quality players that are going to win him the league. So come January, they are the team that should just go into the market. And as he said, the players he needs, there's very few of them here in South Africa. So for once, the Motaungs are going to have to just, stop being stingy and go buy quality players, or else they will not succeed. No, but honestly, think about it. Chiefs have not really signed. Only this season really have they signed some quality. Miguel, Inacio, Rushwin Dudley, Bradley Cross to some extent. But over the years, we all know Chiefs were always waiting on players who are out of contract. So if like you say, if they are to be seen as taking themselves seriously, they need to start signing. And I think Nabi has some. I've seen some glimpses of a coach who can do well. Actually, in my show later on, we are going to be discussing Nabi in depth with somebody who's followed him for the last 4 years.
Okay, that'll be on Inside SA Soccer. Straight. I love that. We're looking forward to having that. Kev, what you got for
Chiefs need to get some more walking around money, as they say in Nigeria. So what's more likely, talking about money, Magesi paying her players on time and their full salaries, or Chiefs making the top 8?
I know Chiefs will make the top 8 before that other thing happens. Listen, I don't know why she doesn't sell that club, or just sell 4 or 5 of those max and pay people, because really she can afford it.
Yeah, exactly that. The problem with a lot of the clubs for me is that they shouldn't be hobbies. It's not a hobby, it should be a business.
Yes, but you see, that's the thing. Look, I don't know if what I'm saying will make sense, but I look at a lot of these people who come into football. A lot of them have businesses somewhere. Sometimes you wonder, what are they doing really? Is it a hobby, or are people just wanting to clean some money or something? It's people who come into the game to flex, really, as the youngsters would say, showing off that, I can do this. But football, as Ivan Khoza will tell you, it's a passion business. You need to love the sport. And it's not really, you're not going to make money. Actually, in South African football, the reality is, if you come into South African football, you're not going to make money, you're going to lose money. But you need to be, prepared for that. And a lot of these people come in, and I think it's all about showing off. And then when the money goes out, what do? They keep the one they have for themselves and then leave the players not being paid. And that's just killing football. And we don't need that.
Yeah, it's like a drunk wanting to buy and own a bar. Just because you're good on one side of the bar doesn't mean you're going to be good on the other side. Exactly.
All right, let's move off those guys who aren't taking themselves seriously. A man who should be taken far, far more seriously in my mind, one of the coaches of the year, is Clinton Larson. He seems to get little to no respect for what he's doing at Magesi, and his career, by the way, preceding Magesi. But I feel like he's the manager of the season almost already. He's going to the Carling knockout final after beating Pirates, and they really should have beaten Chiefs in that league.
Oh no, I was at that match. They should have.
Yeah.
Actually, Clinton made a mistake there, because when they were 2-0 up, he changed his central defense and brought in 2 players, which I thought was silly, and they paid for it. But yeah, I think Clinton Larson is look, over the years he's always been like that, very humble. He goes about his business quietly, and all the small clubs that he's coached, they always punch above their weight. And I think so far so good. It's incredible to see. I go to their training sessions a lot here, and you should see the place they train at. It's Nordelex, it's some rugby pitch of sorts, and it's not the greatest, but for him to then manage to produce what he does is just incredible. And I think think about it. 2012, he beat Sundowns in a Nedbank Cup final in Bloemfontein. So next week they're playing in Bloemfontein against Sundowns. So wouldn't that be a story if they were to win this cup?
Full circle. You love that deja vu. All right, Brad Jakes, I've got 30 seconds for you. Let's finish off with your boys. Bako Limpopo, Polokwane City are in the top 4 after 7 games. I mean, how are they getting it so right? What's going on there?
Look, I'm very surprised by them. I was one of those who thought they would go down, just mainly because their club boss runs the club like a puzzle shop. But no, he's a very strange guy there. But anyway, we will talk about that at some other time. But listen, Puti Mohafe is a young coach who has been at the club for years. They've always, when a coach goes out, they make him stand in. But this time he's got the job and he's doing well. The one thing they've managed, I suppose, is to hold on to Ozwe Napolis and Tabang Maduludi, who everybody wanted. And the team is just playing. It's all about hard work. They work very hard. They believe in themselves. And the coach does his homework. He always, when you interview him before the match, you can tell he knows what the opposition is going to bring and he has a plan to counter that. So good for them. It's very good for Limpopo football to have a team as high up as they are in the table.
Yeah, and deeply passionate up there. Brad Jakes, thanks so much for your time. Inside SA Soccer coming up right after us, of course, on the Omnisport Breakfast. Thanks so much,
Sure.
Brad Jakes.
Sharp, MKT and Kevin Shaw. Yeah.
Chapeau. All right, let's answer that question of the day. Love that. He's loving that Polokwane City are doing well. Since Sir Alex Ferguson left 11 years ago, how many full-time managers have Manchester United had, and who are they?
Okay, they've had 6. David Moyes, Luis van Gaal, Jose Mourinho, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Eric Ten Hag and Ruben Amorim.
Quite incredible. That's basically under 2 years per manager that they've had. They used to be the club laughing at everybody else. Now everybody's laughing at them. It's Amorim era. Let us know. 0788 777716 if you're a Man United fan. Does hope spring eternal or bloody hell not this again? Let us know and we'll make sure you are part of the voices that are in the show. Okay, well, that is it for today. Join us tomorrow as we bring you the greatest of sport from Africa and around the world.
Listen live and on demand.
Welcome to Omnisport.